So, but you're doing this piece in a sort of an interesting way because it's a very, well, there are a lot of subtleties in the book itself, but it's also very atmospheric, but you're playing against that.
Well, I don't know if I'm playing against that exactly, but adaptation is a rum game. I mean, all you have to think about an adaptation is you have a 400-page novel and you have 90 pages of playtext. So you know that you're only doing, at the very most, a fourth of the words. Mm-hmm. So you have sort of two choices. A, to sort of skim the novel, in a sense, try to give the novel as whole as possible, though in small, or you could focus on particular relationships and take characters out and do that. And I have taken a few characters out, but I have tried to give as much of the novel as is possible, mm-hmm. because one of Miss Austen's many skills is that she has written some of the most delicious characters probably in the history of the novel, and the best remembered, and the best loved, and everybody knows the novel word for word. So when I first adapted it, I was petrified that the Jane Austen Society would come and carry me away to jail. But actually, seeing as I found a way practically exclusively to use Miss Austen's words, I would say there weren't more than 12.5 lines in the play that aren't direct from Austen. And those are only there because of some necessity of plot or character that I couldn't get on stage any other way. As to the atmosphere, you have to have a really cinematic style, because this play the book itself changes scenes almost chapter by chapter, and there are 60-some chapters, I believe. So you're going to have to find a style that allows you to move quickly from place to place. And that means that you have a choice of trying to have 16 sets, which would be clumsy and slow you down, and we'd have long waits. Or else you can try to do it in a simpler, quicker style that still does provide atmosphere, but here we're getting most of the atmosphere from the lights, I think. But the characters really provide the atmosphere of the play. I think, I was going back and even watching the BBC adaptation, which I really admire, and I think it was beautifully acted. You're not all that aware of scenery, really. I mean, you're still more aware of people than you are of scenery. So I thought, oh, I see. Then that's possible, and while there is some visual loss, there's probably also, the theater is the theater, and the theater should, the theater can't be film, and the theater can't be television, and you have to produce the play in a way that only the theater could produce it, and that's sort of what we're hoping.